This is the Ferrari that I bought for 50% less than what it should have cost. But there was a catch. On Copart, this 488 was listed as a category N, which means non-structural. But because of the way Ferrari build their cars, the entire front end is welded on. And most of it was destroyed. Which, if you're a Ferrari owner, is not the way you want to see your car. But it's great for me, because without it being so badly damaged, I would never have been able to afford it. But if we can nail the repair on this supercar and get it back to where it should be, there could be potentially a nice pay packet at the end. But because this car was hiding so much damage, that's not going to be easy. The biggest complications with this is the fact that Ferrari don't want to sell you the parts to repair the front end or many other parts of this car, which is going to make it challenging. So whilst we figure that out, there's something which we need to do around the back. And the first step to this is taking off the rear diffuser, and unfortunately there was some rusted bolts which need cutting out. And the reason why we're taking this off is because there is some work which we want to, or something we want to change around the back of the car. You can see in here the standard exhaust. Ooh. No one wants that, do they? We're going to do what we can to get this off, get it sent off to make something a little bit more special. Now we're only taking off the back section of the exhaust. Firstly, we can remove the hangers. These count as fake exhaust tips because they're not connected. Then we've got to go up top and remove part of the tubing for the intake system, which gives us access to the downpipe brackets, which is going to give us some more room to jiggle out the back box. Next up, we've got to get the back bumper off, so I can tape off the area we want to protect, lubricate the clips and pop that out. And hopefully from here, the exhaust should come off pretty easy. Remember, there's one.
Hey. That is for you, sir.
Thank you very much. Just in time for it's Nicromobeum, it's Nicromobeum. What's the plan?
I'm going to go for a typical X-pipe configuration. This I actually don't think does a lot. I think it's chambered, so there's kind of no point having valves in it. Go from the downpipes, going to go around into an X, go over and then under. So it'll look pretty sweet, and also give you a bit of a uniform sound, because obviously these banks don't meet. Relatively easy considering, you know, what some of the exhausts that we've done recently.
How long is it going to take you?
Give me a week.
2 days. Maybe we'll see it in this video, maybe we'll see it in the next one, we don't know. But what we do know is, we're done back here now, so we can move on to the front. And this is where most of the damage was. Obviously we had a bit of suspension on the back, but that's sorted. And this really is the next big thing that needs sorting, which means we need parts, and guess what? I think we've found a way to get around our parts problem. Obviously Ferrari won't sell you these bits directly, but it didn't take much hunting on eBay and on other websites for us to be able to bypass this and get them through a third party, which means we have parts, because here is our new inner wing, which should look like that. Here is our new rad surround section, which should sit about there. Our new crash bar, which is saw at the end of the last video, which can go on there. And also, this side of the rad surround as well, because annoyingly, even though it didn't look like it was when we first got the car, this side is smashed. We've got a breakdown here, it's broken off the body here, it's all bent, it's not that good. We thought we might get away with this side, apparently not. So in order to prepare for us to be able to weld all of these new bits on, we're gonna have to strip this down completely. That means taking off all the rad packs on this side. Brilliant. One. Radiator's goosed, yeah.
Because it's a plastic pipe, just go straight through that.
And for anyone who wants to cry, saying, oh, you're going to get plastic in the cooling system, we're doing a flush right now, so it's impossible. The only thing which we want to keep on the car at the moment is the aircon condenser, which is under here, because, believe it or not, the aircon still works. And we don't want to be draining it out in here, that would be a bad do. So we're going to try and remove the rad, remove the shrouds, but then keep the aircon condenser connected and just bubble wrap it and tuck it out the way down here, which I think sounds pretty sensible. Saves us having to redo it, keeps things nice. Now strip back all the framework. By accident purpose.
They're quite simple at the front, really, aren't they?
Yeah, sort of like you. One of the parts we want to try and keep is this wing. And none of us are PDR specialists, let's clear that up. But this wing ain't that bad. It's just got a little bit of a bulge outwards here and a slight twist at the bottom here. This should be an easy fix, but we just want to see if we can tap this down and get it back to roughly where it should be and leave the rest for someone who actually knows what they're doing. So Mickey's going to give it a go. He used to be a panel beater. Was it a panel beater or just a...
Just a legend, yeah. I mean, paint, repair, panel beating, and here I am.
Yeah, well,
let's
see if you can do PDR.
Now the reason why we actually want to do this is because we want to see how the new front end is actually going to line up, and with the wing being slightly bent, that could skew our perspective. So Mickey can rework some of the brackets to get those back to where they should be, which brings in the lower section of the wing. And this instantly helped out how our panel gap was against the bonnet, looking pretty good. The only thing left was the little kink on the edge of the wing. We're going to be having this painted anyway, so for now we can just start to tap it down and get it back to shape roughly. The rest of the work can be done by the body shop.
That looks a damn sight better, doesn't it?
Here is where things get exciting because we can start putting the first bits on the car. New crash bar. Obviously it needs welding, but we can start off by getting it in position. Maybe like so. Head's gone this way a bit.
If you go going at the
That's
top.
the hack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, lining this up is important. We need to make sure we get it right. And luckily it's quite easy to do because the chassis leg has holes in it where the rivets were, and also the crash bar does too. So we're going to line that up with a wee whacking stick. Oh no. And then once when we get this perfectly in place, like so, all the holes are going to line up. We're going to do that side.
Yeah.
How's this side look? Oh, not quite. Let's try again, shall we?
Yeah.
We put it the wrong way around because we're stupid. Now we've got that lined up, we need some rivets. We've got some structural rivets from another company which begins with a P, which we've used before, which I'm sure are going to do the job absolutely fine. It's just a crash bar at the end of the day, right? And it's got to be welded. If these are good enough to hold a not Ferrari together, then they'll be good enough for the Ferrari. I love this thing.
Oh, I do.
We don't get to use it enough, do we? I gave it a good push at the same time.
That ain't coming off.
That's solid, isn't it?
Mate.
Why that needs welding on as well, I don't know, because 12 structural rivets ain't going nowhere fast. We're going to do it how Ferrari intended it to be, because we're respectful people like that. So we need to wait for Uncle Bob to see how we're going to tackle the next bit, really, because this is where it gets techie.
And while we wait for him, we may as well start cleaning up some of the areas where our new pieces are going to go onto. So I can take off this lower section of the rad support and clean up that area.
You wanna know what's funny? Go onto eBay and type in Ferrari 488 like radiator frame, I think it was, and have a look where they're from. This is where I managed to pick this one up from, and it was a lot cheaper than what I thought it would be. It was about 400 quid a side. Hopefully it's pretty nice. We reckon that's going to go about there.
But just in the nick of time, Bob from the machine shop arrived, so let's see how he wants to tackle this.
The first thing I'm going to do is take all the dirt off around the area and see what I'm actually welding to.
And whilst Bob was doing this, he made a little bit of an interesting discovery.
There's a big angle grinder mark behind it.
Are you saying that potentially that was done in a factory?
The primer's on the weld over it, so it looks like it was done in the factory.
Ooh, that's the end of the machine shop. Getting sued. Right, Bobby, where are we starting? Oh, quite zoomed in on this camera.
Start at the beginning.
Okay, and then where are we going to finish?
To the second step. Aim is to put the first one up there, first tack up there.
That sounds good.
Just to hold it.
Bob, you legend.
Yes.
Show us what you're made of.
Oh.
Take it away. I'm going to close my eyes and film you.
You can look through if there's a screen in the back, you can look through that.
That's good. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like this.
It does actually work.
Yeah, it does.
I see someone with a welding mask and they actually had their phone in a bit of cardboard.
So the screen can't produce the amount of light that this can.
Ah, okay, so if I just do this, I'm safe. Right, we've got the part that we suspect not to be real on. This part though is genuine and will mount something like that anyway. So we're not a billion miles off, are we?
What I'm trying to do here is bridge the gap where the metal's torn away. It's left a gap of about 15 millimeters, so I have to try and jump across that with the weld. Bottom one can't move anyway, so I'll tack that in.
Yeah.
He's as a hinge.
Ooh.
39.
Your elbow is so well calibrated.
1.2. How much is it?
That was 40 on the dot.
And what was that?
40 on the dot.
See?
Now, TIG welding is one of those skills I really want to learn and get better at, but hopefully with some help from Bob, we can do that.
Flame melts that area. It's going to take a few seconds to do it. You don't want to go balls out and pedal all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You just want to build up to it. Yeah,
I can come onto the motorway.
yeah, exactly. Build up to it, and at the start, forming a liquid weld pool.
Yeah.
And then you can dip the rod in.
Okay.
There's 3 layers of material. There's the chassis, there's the intermediate piece, and then there's that crash bar in the front. It's unlikely you're going to be able to weld all of them together because there's going to be loads of dirt in there. But what we'll do is weld the first one to the second one across.
Yeah.
And then weld that weld to the.
So it's inevitably going to look a little bit messy.
It's going to look terrible.
Okay.
My one's going to be mint. But
He's experienced.
Whatever, man. You haven't met me before. I think you just let me loose straight out.
Melt. Put the rod in. Move a bit. Melt.
I've only TIG welded once before, on a bench and definitely not on a Ferrari. Let's see how this goes.
It's surprisingly good.
Say that again for everyone at home.
It's actually shockingly good.
If you want to get welding lessons, by the way, make sure to go and check out Bob at the machine shop because he does the best welding lessons in town,
We also have a YouTube channel.
which is called Bob at the machine shop.
So it looks like I'm being let loose on the crash bar of this Ferrari. I may as well get the job finished. Bob has already done the strong bits down the sides of the rivets, but whilst he is tackling some of the inner wing, I'm going to get the rest of the crash bar done.
This bit's going to be really, really hard to dig out. There's lots of welding, lots of stuff going on inside there that you can't get to. And we don't want to move this because it'll upset where the bonnet aligns to. We have to realign all the panels on that side as well. So what we're going to do is chop down the middle of that, chop down the middle of this. I'm going to weld that back together, make sure the distance between these 2 tabs is correct again, and then line this up to where this old bracket used to be. That'll get this back into the position that it was in.
Sounds better to me.
Whilst I carry on practicing my welding skills, Bob can take the grinder and chop that inner wing in half. And I think now is a great time to mention that none of these parts are particularly structural, hence why this car was only listed as a Category N. They are just framework made to support the wings and the radiators, which makes repairing them like this completely safe. So I was just about finished on the crash bar, and now we can mount in our new inner wing bracket, which is going to hold the inner wing in place. Bob can make the adjustments to make sure it's the perfect length. Then he can set about welding those 2 pieces together and welding them to the body.
Imagine if that whole thing just fell on the
I was
floor.
half expecting it. The biggest challenge when we're fixing these cars like this Ferrari is getting it fault free. It takes ages, but thankfully with the help from OBD11 it becomes a lot easier. Now OBD11 is the most powerful pocket-sized OBD reader, but it can do much more than just that. With their new generation device it's even faster. All you've got to do, take the device, pop it into the car's OBD2 port, fire up the app and hit connect. Now OBD11 works best for BMWs, Minis, VAG Group cars, Toyota, Lexus, and also now Ford, but only in the USA. With one press of a button, you can scan the entire car for fault codes.
0 faults. That's a first, isn't it? So we don't have to clear them, which is fantastic. But OBD11 can do so much more than that, because using their one-touch applications on those cars that I listed earlier, you can turn on a plethora of cool features. Say for example, like this, engine start with brake pedal. If we turn this off, we should be able to start the car by just pressing the start button, not faffing around with our brake pedal. So now, there's also some little gimmicks in there which are a little bit fun, like this, the show mode. Oh! Party mode, party mode, party mode, party mode. But alongside things like this, you can also do service resets, change your CarPlay to full screen, full dealership level diagnostics, and loads more. Make sure to go and check out OBD11 and get their brand new Gen 3 device using the link in the description and discount code SLIX, which is going to save you 20% off their range, which is the biggest saving you can get. So thank you as always to OBD11 for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the Ferrari. The passenger side and also the inner wing on the driver's side are now fixed, welded and done, so we can put on the radiator frame onto the driver's side too, and also this mounting beam which goes onto the crash bar, making sure it lines up perfectly with the other side.
Next day, and I want to say a massive thank you to Bob as how rude. I want to say a massive thank you to Bob as always, because one, not only is he a legend helping us get this stuff done, but two, obviously took the time to help teach me little tips and tricks on how to do TIG welding. But anyway, now the framework is all back on and looking as good as it ever did. We're not going to paint this, we're going to leave this to the body shop, but we can start now reassembling everything. So first thing to go back on is this side, because we're waiting on some bits of this side, so we can put this side on first. So we're going to move this out of the way. This is our new radiator, because the other one was broken. Get started with some of the shrouds.
So now we've got all of the framework sorted, we can start to look at the radiators. The original one was damaged in the crash, so I need to swap over everything from that rad pack and install it to the car, which starts off with this upper ducting. Then we can transfer over the fan and shroud from the damaged radiator onto the new one. Then we've just got to get the pipework ready, so that means removing the section that was left in after we cut the radiator earlier and finding a suitable clip. Then it's in with the radiator.
Cable tying this for now, because this section of mount here didn't come with this section, and it's mega expensive to buy, so I think we can make something that looks neater and nicer with Bob, but for now a cable tie will suffice.
Then it's on with the clip from the hose to the radiator and onto the aircon condenser, which we hung out of the way earlier.
Hopefully this works as it did. Oh no. I can't get it in past the frame. You go over there. Oh, it's so close. Come on. Yes.
And now all those are sorted, it's in with the lower shroud. And then finally, this last piece of upper ducting.
And that is this side back together. Now all we need is the other side, which is a little bit of a problem because some of the parts aren't here yet and they're coming, but they're not here yet. While I've been doing this, Mickey has run off to meet someone who has got something for us. Not for this, but for something else on the car. And he's going to be back in 3, 2, 1. And Mickey is back, and he has come with some bits, because you may remember at the start, well, in the last video, we had a bit of a saggy headliner problem. Cue the clips.
What is going on with this headliner?
Okay, priced itself. We have sent the original headliner off, which is over here now. Using the original material off it, we managed to get it restuck down, thanks to Hawks Automotive, who have saved this material and managed to reuse it, keeping it completely OEM and keeping costs down, and also have redone the door cards for us. We haven't retrimmed the whole thing because obviously you want to try and keep it as original as possible, but the top section was gone because the airbags blew out of it. He has managed to retrim just the top section, adding a relief in for the airbag where the old relief was, meaning that the airbag will go if it ever needs to go again, which hopefully it doesn't, and then managed to keep it basically as factory, even down to, you ready for this, super fine detail, putting the correct airbag logo into the leather. Great job. Now, we are still waiting for the airbags to come back from being repaired, so as soon as they're back, we can put these on. But for now, we can get it off the ramp and let's get that headliner in, shall we?
Now we can finally start to put our interior back together. The great part about using the original fabric for the headliner is firstly, it's completely original, and secondly, it's cheaper, meaning that our budget is going to be less stretched.
Right, headliner is clipped in place. The first bit to go back in is this little control panel. We looked at how much this was, didn't we?
Stupid, wasn't it?
I can't remember. I thought you'd remember.
No, I know this visor's 900, no.
Which
yeah,
one?
the driver's is 900 quid.
Okay.
And the passenger is 800 quid.
But you get a mirror.
I don't get that.
No, me neither. Sure you want...
Maybe there's a discount for an airbag.
It was the type of material when I looked on Maranello parts.
Oh, well, it's half Alcantara, half leather, so...
That was the medium one. Full leather was the cheapest, half was the medium, and then full Alcantara was the most expensive. Basic leather was like 400, the medium was like 6, and the most expensive was like 800 or 900
For that
pounds.
price, I'm just having the leather.
Spending almost £1,000 on that.
The fact is, you know, like, if you got the full leather one, when it's up there anyway, you would never know the difference.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe that. That was wicked.
OEM plus.
It's not, well, it's just OEM. Where's the plus?
Because he's done an extra good job.
Oh yeah, true.
What actually is the material? I don't even
It's
see
like
it.
a mesh. But it's like a glittery mesh, look. Glitter, wow. It's shiny like Ross's head. Everyone's waiting for you.
Well, I'm trying.
Everyone at home is saying, come on Mickey, we want to see the next bit. Do you want me to do it?
I think you should show me how it's done. When the apprentice becomes the master.
Yeah.
That's what's just happened, I think.
I think it is.
He hasn't seen Star Wars, so that doesn't quite hit as well.
Mickey
You know when you
can
get-
change your chassis leg, but not a sun visor. Right, that's the headliner in.
Yeah.
That looks wicked.
Yeah.
Well happy with that. We're still waiting for the door airbags, still waiting for the seat belts to come back. But as soon as they're here, which they're going to be here in the next clip, then we're going to put those in and then we're going to call the interior done. And as if by magic, the seat belts and airbags are now back. So we've had these original ones reset, so these can go straight back in. Keeping, again, the original factory material. Not that that really makes a difference on these because it's pretty generic, but it should be fairly easy to pop back in.
And to do that, all we have to do is slot it into position and put one main bolt into the body. Once that's done, we can start to assemble all of the trims around it.
This, I believe, is the last piece back here. Oh, what's this? 488 GTB SSS. Super sexy slicks.
The final part to this is getting the weather seals in, which helps pin up the headliner too, and then bolting in the seat belts to the seats themselves.
We have freshly refurbished airbags for the doors, so we can actually complete this interior now, sir. And I'm quite happy with that.
Airbags are now on, which means we can now start putting the new door cards back on. But now we have fresh seatbelts in, which have been reset, and restored door airbags, which means that hopefully now, when we turn the ignition back on, the airbag light should be off. There's only one way to find out.
They look brilliant, don't they? You'd never even know. Obviously these bits need cleaning a little bit because this is fresh leather and this is not. I think once those are clean, worn in a little bit more as well maybe, so it's got a bit of wear and tear. You'll never know the difference. All the airbags and everything trim-wise is back in here and it's feeling spectacular. It feels like a Ferrari again, which is brilliant, but we have a problem because when we turn the ignition on, even though we've gone in and cleared all the fault codes in every module, it's still showing an airbag light. There's a good reason why. It's because of the airbag ECU, which we've now removed. This is one of those things, sometimes you have to do it, sometimes you can get away with it. But on this car, we didn't get away with it. So we've took this out. As you can see, center console is now loose, and we've sent that off to be reset. It shouldn't take long, so as soon as that's back, we can pop that back in here, get everything back in, and it should be airbags sorted, done. But we have one more thing we can do in here for now. This is the original Ferrari battery. It's an Odyssey Extreme PC1220F. I'm guessing the F stands for Ferrari, and this costs about 500 quid. I think the only difference between this and a normal Odyssey battery is the F. So I've gone and picked up one that doesn't have the F on it, with exactly the same ratings, exactly the same size. This one's actually older, but this one's goosed, so it seems to be taking charge absolutely fine. As you can see, it's only been on charge for 5 minutes and is looking good. This only cost £150, so it's less than a third of the price of this battery, even though, in theory, they're exactly the same. And I'm hoping this will solve our battery issues as well. So let's get this fitted. Battery's in, get her back on the ramp. Faster than we can get parts delivered for the front, look who's back. It's Nicromobeum. It's Nicromobeum. Within, how long did it take you?
Total time to make it?
Yeah.
Including jig work, about 30 hours.
Right, we'll start off with the tips. We'll put the tip in first. You ready for this? So these are the original tips, right?
Yep.
This is an option on the original car, is to have titanium exhaust tips, and because these sit in the bumper, there is no point changing these, is there? Well, please describe what you've done, because I don't think I'd do it justice.
Just anodised it, cleaned it up. Obviously had a lot of dirt and grime on it, so cleaned it up, and yeah, just anodised it in the water bath.
Look at that. That's going to look brilliant, and it just gives a little something from the outside. It's like, oh, that's got something going on in there. So that's going to look proper when we get it in. But you know, this isn't the main show, is it? This is the, what do you call it, an amuse-bouche. Is that right?
Appetizer.
A little tease, yeah, an appetizer. So, do you want to go and grab the sexy bit? Let's get our gloves on.
Matt from Nicromobeum took our standard exhaust earlier in this video, used this to make a jig so he can then manufacture these exhausts in the future too. Then what he's going to do is take pie cuts of titanium and weld those to make the bends and shapes, as you can see here. Once he's got everything where he wants it, he can then weld all of the bits together. Having an X-pipe is going to add tone and also even out the banks of exhaust to make it sound more musical.
Now, I know what's going to... Oh. It's always crazy, isn't it? I wish you could... I think I was going to say I could put it on the scales, but it doesn't add up like that, does it?
Original system is 10.7, that is 2.7.
So I know the first question, or the first point that people are going to bring up in the comments, because we've seen someone else in this field have a problem with a titanium exhaust recently, which almost cost them their car. Can you explain the difference with this and why we won't have that problem?
Because it's made properly. That's just like just like kicking. The two main aspects of welding titanium is back purging, so it needs to be back purged. What it looks like on the outside, it'll look like that on the inside. Biggest factor is using filler rod. That's, you know, when you're doing alley welding, you've got the big stick that goes with it. It's essentially doing the same thing. A lot of companies that buy overseas, it's just fuse welded. So through the heat cycles with like expands and contracts, it's just, yeah, it's just going to fail, it'll crack.
So would you say if we ever took this on a racetrack or did whatever we wanted with it, it's ever going to blow a massive hole in it?
No.
Never.
Never.
Never. That's a guarantee. It's a Nicromobeum guarantee. Oh, should we get it on? Yeah. I'm dying to hear it.
With the protective wrapping still on, we can start to reinstall that new exhaust. Luckily, it goes in a lot easier than it came out. Once it's slipped onto the sleeve, we can bolt in the hangers, tighten the clamps, then bolt up the downpipe brackets, followed by reassembling the air intake system, and the install is done.
It's time for the big reveal. So me and Mr. Nicromobeum, I'm going to get this unwrapped. Oh yeah. Oh! Yeah. Knock test.
Jesus, it's not even moving.
Nah, solid.
Ferrari's going off before you take the exhaust off.
One thing we do need to do, these are the vacuum lines for the valves. Now we've completely sacked off the valves because why do you want them? You want it loud all the time, right? So to bung these off, we're going to throw these little bolts in here. If anyone in the future wants to put the standard exhaust back on, why would they? But they can. So these will just be tucked behind here, cable tied out the way, and then the car will know no different that it's not got any valves on because they haven't got any electrics on them. Okay, here we go. It sounds a lot more, I don't know how to describe it, but you know, compared to when we started without the exhaust on, it sounds a lot more toneful. That sounds loads better, doesn't it? It sounded so like grumbly before, like miserable, but it's got like a bit of tone and a bit of pitch now. Sounds good. And it's not obnoxious either. No, it sounds good, that is. Yeah, well happy with that. If you want to get yourself a lovely titanium exhaust like that, make sure to go and check out Nicromobeum. He makes them all and designs them all in-house in the UK and welds them properly. Sorry. So interior, big fat win. We're just waiting for that module to come back, and then hopefully that should get rid of our airbag light. Done and dusted, forget about it. Exhaust sorted, sounding sweet. The front end is looking a lot better. We've got all the framework sorted. One of the rad packs is completely done and sorted, but we're still waiting for the driver's side. We've been waiting a while, and I think we're going to still be waiting a while, and we really wanted to get all the rads on, get it running up to temperature, get it driving around here. Would have been wicked, but unfortunately our hands are a little bit tied and we can't really do much about it, so we're going to have to save that for another day, for when those parts are here. But if you've enjoyed this video and you're loving the progress on the Ferrari 488, make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because there's so many of you watching these videos which aren't subscribed, and we'll catch you next time.